Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Power Moon Tarot. So glad to have you here. It is 12:12 on my clock right now. See, there we go, 12:12. So we are starting your reading at 12:12 today. And this was a subscriber request reading, and someone had asked, I don't know if they're in a new connection or if it's an older connection. You could treat this as either or, whether you're in a new connection or older connection. If you're here for this reading, but the reading is called Karmic, Twin Flame, or Soulmates. And we're going to find out, what's going on with your connection. And for those of you that are interested in those distinctions, we will get that for every single pile, okay? And it is a pick a card, so you can go to the description box below to choose your pile. And there are 3 piles to choose from today. There's pile number 1, which is the yellow confetti party skeleton. Okay, so it's a Pick-a-Skelton based on the thumbnail. For the second pile, we have the red-black skeleton. And for the third pile, we have the pumpkin skeleton. Okay, so that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You can go directly to the description box below to choose your pile. And just for those of you that want to go right there, just a couple quick thoughts on the whole karmic, twin flame, soulmates, thought processes. And my biggest thing for you guys is that if you're with someone that you feel respects you, listens to you, is willing to work with you, is willing to do the work with you, is willing to show up in a way that is grounded and tangible and real, okay? And so that's really, what I would want if I could be the queen of the universe. That's what I would want everyone to focus on, that, not so much all the different distinctions, because relationships are going to happen anyway, and some of them, maybe it is a soulmate, but maybe you learn some pretty challenging lessons from that person anyway. And at some point, it's water under the bridge, like over time, things can genuinely change in connections too, because people change. And so that's just a little something that I wanted to leave with you guys. And, for like me personally, when it comes to relationships, I'm more concerned about a way a person respects me, the way they treat me, the way they speak to me, whether there's equal reciprocation of effort, these types of things. And that's usually something that it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes you can see it right away, but sometimes you have to wait a little bit and see. And I know a lot of people want readings for brand new connections at times, but if you're nervous about dating and just getting out there and have had some bad experiences, I totally understand wanting a reading about a brand new situation. And maybe you want to know if you're wasting your time or not, et cetera, et cetera. But I would also say if you're like really excited about something and it's going pretty well, then, maybe you don't need a reading. Maybe you could just live it out and see what happens, okay? So those are my thoughts, everybody. Just trying to keep us, on a healthy, holistic, kind of path here as we look at some of these questions and, look at the whole rather than just the parts. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we are going to start with pile number 1. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the yellow confetti party skeleton, okay? Thank you so much for being here today. Your reading is called Karmic, Twin Flame, or Soulmates. And you can hear my little spiel at the beginning of the video if you want to know my thoughts on that in general. It's pretty brief, but we are going to go ahead and get into your reading. This was a subscriber request today, and we will be having an extended reading as well at the end of your pile. And you can go directly to my Vimeo child. You can go directly to my Vimeo channel for the extended reading, and we'll likely be getting some 18+ info there too. So let's go ahead and do it. And each pile got randomly dealt out either karmic, soulmate, or twin flame. So the card on the top will tell us, and then we'll get into your messages here with the tarot, okay? So let me just go ahead and, okay, so I'm just gonna do a few channeled messages here. So Spirit is saying cotton ball, cotton swab in the color purple. I'm feeling like somebody who took like cotton swabs or cotton balls and like dyed them a different color for an art project. Maybe you did that when you were younger, because you know how you can make like a bunny tail, like a little cotton ball, and make it a different color. I mean, are we talking about psychedelic bunnies here? Pile number one. Maybe you guys like weird art projects, or you like doing weird art projects, or you did them as a kid, or you like doing them with your kids. But that's pretty cute, pile number one. I like that. And also I feel some of you just need to, Spirit wants you guys to like tap into your creativity more, to express yourself more creatively, and not to be afraid of being weird, okay? So let's go ahead and some of you are like, I'm not afraid of being weird, Natalie. I've been weird my whole life. Well, good for you, pile number one. I like that for you. And Spirit is showing me those cat eye glasses with the black frames that look like cat eye glasses. And some of you may have like a really unique style. I'm seeing somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup but has glasses, but their glasses are kind of funky. And I get the impression, pile number one, that you look pretty clean. Like you look clean or together. So let's go ahead and get into it. Sorry about that little bark. My dog is loving life in the background here. And happy August 1st and happy August birthdays. Let's go ahead and get into it and find out, is this a karmic, twin flame, or soulmate connection? Drum roll, please. Pile number one. I knew it. I had just had a feeling. We have karmic, okay? So we're going to find out why this relationship feels karmic, or why maybe at times it feels kind of bad, or feels a little rotten, or doesn't feel... and maybe we need that like lighthearted, fun, creative energy. Like there are adult coloring books out there, right? So, you know, like sometimes when we're having a hard time, we just need to do kind of like a mindless project that's really fun and lets our creativity come out, okay? But we have karmic relationship here, and fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you, okay? And I do think there are shared feelings here, pile number one, between you and this person, but maybe you two are not at a good place individually, and then when you come together, or maybe someone in this connection isn't in the best of place in order to be having a connection. You know, sometimes people's personal struggles, obviously not sometimes, but a lot of times, could infiltrate into a relationship and cause unhealthy patterns and things like that, okay? So don't feel like, you know, don't go putting your head in the sand like an ostrich, pile number one, because you got this. I think, you know, just is a learning, it's lessons, you know, and there may be some triggers going on in your connection. And even in the best of connections, there are triggers, you know, and so let's go ahead and find out, why is this a karmic connection and what's going on here? We have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, there's been some losses. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so I honestly feel like, pile number one, that, you know, there was a lot of thoughts about, you know, like if we could just get along, or if we could just see things the same way. Like I do feel you both kind of wanting the same future, or wanting something decent and healthy. The 10 of Pentacles is a nice, healthy, realistic type of a card, and it is the Lord of Wealth in the tarot. So, you know, along with the Ace of Swords. So, you know, our ideas about what it means to feel like grounded and successful, and to feel good about ourselves and our lives. And somebody here may not be feeling a lot of self-confidence in this connection, or not feeling the best about themselves or some of the decisions that they made in the past, okay? I do feel like Spirit is saying for you, pile number one, like you, like Spirit really not wanting you to linger in this space for, I mean, linger as long as you need to properly grieve and, you know, feel what you feel. But I also feel like with the Ace here, there's new beginnings, there's a new way, and there might even be like a new way to see something that feels impossible. you know? So sometimes we're like really down in the dumps with the Five of Cups and feeling pretty like, you know, we were having a good time with somebody. You see the Three Cups here, like, you know, we're having a good time. The Three of Cups in the tarot is, you know, typically a card of celebration, but things have, you know, been lagging and they haven't been that joyful, okay? It's almost like we kind of forgot the original plans that we had, or we forgot about, you know, why we like someone in the first place, or we forgot about maybe those original feelings that we had with someone, okay? And pile number one, this could be that this person has turned their back on you, or has, you know, in the beginning it was nice, but, you know, it's just like, I don't really like this, and I don't feel like talking is something that I'm getting here too. When I feel like maybe in the past, you two could have spoke very openly about your goals or your dreams, or about what it is that you wanted. And with this Five of Cups here, I feel like we're not on the same page as much anymore. And, you know, there's always that beginning spark where it's like, wow, you know, like we have things in common, and we have similar goals, and, you know, like on paper, this thing should be, you know, shooting for the moon, all right, with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. But, you know, relationships take a lot of work too, and sometimes there's periods of heartache as well, okay? And I'm also getting somebody here who could have gone through a breakup recently. Now, pile number one, that could be you, or that could be this person, you know? And I just heard like Spirit saying, don't let all the negativity like shake you from what you want though, pile number one, okay? Like big picture, like what you want and what you're trying to create in your life. We have success here, yep. And we have pain. Yeah, so, you know, the Five of Cups, it's like we think something's going to be really good and really juicy and really nice and excited with this orange color, with this orange success, you know, color. It's like, wow. And things really looking bright or looking up, but then feeling pain, you know, feeling a lot of pain with this Five of Cups. I'm going to get the rest of the cards out here, pile number one, and then we'll talk. I feel like I'm losing my mind, awakening. That's coming out under the Ace of Swords, okay? I'm getting an energy of somebody who said they wanted a certain thing, but then pulled back from a connection, okay? I will taste your sweet kiss again, sweetness, okay? This person could be very confused as well, pile number one, about what's going on and trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, and, you know, how they want to proceed in general, okay? And yeah, I mean, pile number one, I don't think it's for you, like for lack of being, and look at the cat eyes on the eyeliner there. I was talking about the cat eyes, but I don't think it's for a lack of you guys like being sexy or cute or very dateable or very screwable. Like, I don't think it has to do with any, you know, and I don't feel like this person is saying that it is because of like your looks or the way you act or anything. There may just be like we're on different pages, or we want different things, or our definition of success is different, okay? So you are the best thing that has happened to me. We have that here. Yeah, sometimes, you know, a relationship doesn't work out, but then as a result of it, we end up having, you know, like a new job, or we end up having, you know, new ideas about something. We end up, you know, sometimes our relationship is going to hell, but it actually, you know, turns us around and makes us see things in a different way. So this person is saying, you are the best thing that has happened to me. Take me now, okay? I feel like this is you guys. Take me now, okay? If I'm the best thing that ever happened to you, then, you know, why are you making me second guess myself, or why are you making me second guess, you know, what's going on here, okay? And if you want me so much, then act like it, all right? That's kind of what I feel like could be going on here. And you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Take me now, okay? We have here the 8th house and intimacy. Wow. Okay. With the Take Me Now, talking about the intensity and the erotic energy between you two, and almost a feeling of obsession, maybe even energy stalking going on here, and the intensity of the like soul contract here. We have intensity and contracts. So, I mean, I do feel like you two have a pretty intense soul contract with each other, or you have the ability to have an intense soul contract with one another. And maybe at times you feel like, well, if that's the case, then why is this person not talking to me? Or why are they, why are they like refusing me is kind of what I'm getting. And I do feel like this person's in a lot of emotional pain right now, pile number one. And it might not even be because of something that you did. It might be because of something in their past, okay? But let's see here. We have Pisces and the Mystic. So some of you could have a lot of 8th house planets in your chart, or you could be a Pisces, all right? But again, I feel like you guys, looking very, like you guys have been very sweet. And I also feel like this person, really enjoys the intimacy with you, or the thought of intimacy with you, or the thought of kissing you is like a very sweet experience for this person. And you come across to this person as being, very compassionate, mystical, dreamy, spiritual, emotional, imaginative, okay? And I talked about like doing different types of art in the channeled messages, or doing like different imaginative things, or maybe doing things like that when you were younger. And with the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, I feel you guys really do have like a perfect vision of how you would want your life to be in the future, okay? But with the 5 of Cups here, I feel like this person is having some problems of their own, okay? And it could have to do with money or success, because we have success and pain here. Feeling like they lost out on a really good work opportunity or business opportunity, or feeling down about themselves, okay? And they say they feel like they're losing their mind and awakening, okay? And you may be wondering, like, when is this person going to snap out of it? Do you know what I'm saying, pile number one? Because the Ace of Swords is really a card of snapping out of it. But the 5 of Cups is really like being in it, and not really snapping out of it. And it's a Mars and Scorpio card. So, I mean, it goes pretty deep, and feelings run pretty deep. And it's not something you can get out of just by thinking a happy thought. I think there's some other things going on here with this person, and, and some investments. This 8th house too is a house of debt. In astrology, it's a house of debt and anxiety. And it's also in traditional astrology, the house of your partner's money. Okay, so there could be something with this person's money as well, pile number one, that has them really down, or has them feeling like crap, okay? But I do feel like when this person was with you, they felt a lot of happiness, or they feel successful when they're with you, okay? But at the same time, I think you guys are looking for somebody who can really, you guys are coming through like very passionate, like take me now or come and get it, okay? And if you want it, come and get it type of thing. But you're also, like a very mystical, mysterious, dreamer as well too. And, I think you guys just want people to like recognize you, to pay attention to you, not because you're some attention, I was going to say attention whore, but not because you're some like attention person that needs constant attention. I think it's because, you want to feel like comforted or safe, or you want to cuddle, or you want to be around someone. Okay. And, I feel like on a physical level, you have been the best thing that has ever happened to this person, okay? And like I said, it's not for lack of desiring you, because I feel like, you know, from an 8th house intimacy perspective, this person does desire you, okay? And it's like, well, if you desire me, then, you know, 5 of Cups, why can't you imagine us together? Because with the Ace of Swords and 10 of Pentacles, we see someone who can imagine someone together. And I feel like this person is saying, it's not that I can't imagine us together. It's just right now, I'm not in a place, okay, with the 5 of Cups. And that's why they're saying, I will taste your sweet kiss again. But I feel like you guys are like, well, we've been through this cycle before, or I've been through this cycle before with other people. And, you know, I can't keep going in that cycle. You know, I mean, I feel you guys are very compassionate people, okay? And you do really crave deep intimacy with someone, pile number 1. But, you know, we always look at a thing called capacity, right? Like, what's our capacity? What's our capacity to pay back debt? What if we're taking out a new loan? You know, I hate to be like boring, pile number 1, but, you know, if you're taking out a loan, whoever is issuing the loan is like, well, do you have capacity to kind of like pay that back, you know? And I feel like with the 5 of Cups, it's kind of a denial or rejection. So this person could have had something to do with that has been upsetting to them, that's taking their attention away from this connection, okay? And the reason it could be karmic, pile number 1, is because maybe at times you've had times where I feel like you guys just want something real for yourself, you know, not just like an idea or a thought, but you don't want to be somebody's afterthought. Like, you want to be taken seriously in a connection, okay? And you want to be cared for and nurtured too. And so, you know, I mean, if you're in a long-term connection, then people go through ups and downs and it's expected. But like, if you're at the beginning of a connection, it's like, okay, does this person really have the capacity right now to like be reciprocal emotionally? And what I see is not right now, okay? Because they're like, they've gone within with the 5 of Cups, okay? But they are saying, I will taste your sweet kiss again. And they may have ideas of you two being together in the future. But you guys may not be real happy about that and say, this has been a pattern for a lot of my other relationships, or this has been a pattern, you know, in the past with family, or just, it's a familiar pattern that probably is painful for you or makes you upset, pile number 1. So that's where things can start to get karmic, all right? We have, 111, number 111, okay? I am creative. And this is exactly, you know, whether with the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, like creative ideas about making money, about art, about, you know, business, about, you know, hobbies that are very like fruitful, or just creative ideas about how to like boost certain areas of your life is what I feel, okay? So this is an energy that I feel like wants to come through for you, pile number 1. And it says here, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor. Yeah, some of you may be taking on a new study or a new business, or, you know, like, you know, wanting to buy a house or something. With the Ace of Swords and 10 of Pentacles, we could have people who have careers in real estate, or want to do something or buy something, or have ideas for investments, this type of thing. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life that you love, okay? A life that you love. And, you know, so that's really like Spirit really wanting to help you create the life that you can actually love and feels very like stable and grounding to you as well, like success. You know, and sometimes when we're having like good success in our life, we may be having emotional pain because of relationships, and it just seems unfair, because it's like, as soon as like work gets good or certain money things get good, you know, then relationships don't go down the crapper. You know what I mean? So it can just be, that can be upsetting, you know? And sometimes success does involve some pain. You know, it takes some rejection to kind of get there at times when we're talking about success, right? Making a choice and card number 30. Okay, so we have 2 doors here, and we have 2 paths, and we have 2 choices. So I feel like, you know, the choice is really yours. And I alluded to that at the beginning of the reading, where I was saying, I feel like if you find yourself in a lot of pain and you find that it's distracting you from what you're trying to do, then, you know, maybe it's time to make a choice to look in another direction with the Ace of Swords here. And you may very well be the best thing that happened to this person, okay? Because I think they've been having a rough time of it, but like, ultimately, they may not be the best thing that happens to you. Do you know what I mean? And that's an interesting thing, right? Like, you know, you can be the best person for someone, or they could say, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. You helped me out of a hard time, helped me to see my life again in a better way, or you built me up and said encouraging things to me when I was down, with the Ace of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. But ultimately, like, Spirit wanting to know, are you guys getting what you need? And maybe there's like a world that is much more fulfilling artistically or creatively, because I'm seeing all the purples here behind this door on the right side, and I feel like that's the door that Spirit wants to take you to take, not the one on the left that has to do with the past and the pain and all of that, but the one on the right that is focused on, you know, spirituality, that's focused on creativity, that's focused on, you know, like a rich, healthy life for you, mentally and emotionally, okay? And we have card 30 here, so some people, and we have 111, so some people could be 30 or 31 here. And I'm thinking it's about that time to maybe like make a choice about some things in your life, okay, that you've been wanting for a while. We have the 8 of Swords here. So this is where things get very karmic, you know, and, you know, like this whole thing of having to make a choice and then not really knowing where your center is at times here with the 8 of Swords, we could feel like, well, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, you know? Like, if I make this choice, I may hurt this other person. If I decide to make a choice that's more for me and for my future, I may break this other person's heart. I may break my own heart. Okay, and there may be, with this 8 of Swords here, a hesitancy to make a choice, all right? And some of you may be kind of like waffling in the middle ground a little bit here about a choice that you need to make. And I mean, I think there is a part of you that is like this beautiful dreamer, pile number 1. And, you know, like, it's a very creative aspect of you, but I also think, you know, some of you could feel like you're being forced to make a choice right now about this connection versus something else that you want to do that doesn't have to do with romance, okay? But I feel at the end of the day here, the way she's kind of like holding and hugging on to herself here, I feel like pile number 1, the best thing is to like choose the path that allows you the most creativity, allows your weirdness to shine, allows your awesome ideas to take root and prosper, okay? And I think the life that you want from a romantic perspective is percolating in the air, but I think right now you just can't see it because we need to kind of tear ourselves away from the old. And you know, even if it is like anxiety inducing or we don't know what's gonna happen, like another path may be more like we already know what happens if we pick that, okay? And I feel like you guys sometimes leaning towards the left, all right? Maybe because you're used to it, or you're used to at times feeling like a great deal of pain, you know? And some of you may be quite successful people, even though you've had a lot of pain in your life, okay? I mean, sometimes we learn through pain. Sometimes we really do. I know I have in my life a lot, pile number one. So, I mean, if you've been on the same journey, you know, I know how it goes. And, you know, sometimes we're just really confused about what choice we should make, you know. And I also feel like this person really isn't in a position to be making any choices right now either, given where they're at. I feel like the responsibility to make a choice here is on you, okay? Like, I feel Spirit's kind of putting the ball in your court, pile number one, and that may not feel the greatest, but I do think, you know, by weeding out some options, things are going to become a lot clearer, is what I'm getting, okay? And if you weed out an option because you just say, well, this isn't good for me, it's caused me this pattern, or this pattern of dealing with people this way has caused me a lot of grief and pain, I'm going to make some different choices, okay? So let's go ahead, and somebody here may need to make a choice. This person may need to make a choice about, you know, like what type of future they want or relationship that they want here, but they're in no position to do that with the Eight of Swords, okay? So, you know, I mean, I think you guys just don't, I'm getting this energy of someone like pretending to care, and maybe sometimes you felt like this person's real self-absorbed in their own world, or they're just pretending to care or something like that, okay? And anyway, pile number one, I would just look out for those patterns in relationships, because it could indicate something karmic, okay? And just watch for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some initials for you, pile number one. And it's like with this making a choice in Eight of Swords, I don't understand what my choices are, and I don't really know what you want me to do, okay? And it's kind of, with the Five of Cups there, it's kind of that energy of like giving up, or just saying, I don't know what to do, so I'm not really gonna like do anything, all right? It feels pretty pessimistic to me. This person could be pessimistic, pile number one. I mean, we all get that way sometimes, but anyway, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get some initials, okay, to verify your reading. We have H-O, hug, hugs. Oh my gosh, pile number one. You guys need some hugs, okay? And yeah, it's like I feel like I'm losing my mind about this situation. Like, we have all this intimacy together, yet it's not, I think it's going well, but then it brings me pain, okay? So maybe someone needs a hug here, or needs some hugs, all right? Sometimes physical touch could be very healing, all right? Also, I feel like H-U-H is here, like, huh? You know, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, you know, we were so intimate, and then it feels like, you know, you don't really want to talk to me or be there with me. So that can elicit some feelings of, huh? You know, like, I don't really, and the Eight of Swords, if she had a thought bubble above her head, it would say, huh? With a question mark, okay? So, and the Ace of Swords is the opposite of, huh? It's more like, I understand, I know what I need to do, okay? To create the future that I want. So I think there's something there, all right? And we're gonna get initials, and then we'll take it to the extended reading. Let's get some more initials here. For you guys need some hugs, it looks like. Pile number, maybe just some comfort and some sweetness, you know? We have Hup, Hup, what's up, okay? You up is also what I feel like. This person could be up late at night with the Five of Cups, Mars and Scorpio. It's in nighttime, the night warrior, okay? So, I mean, you up is hit me up, or are you up, that type of thing. And we have H-U-V, H-U-V. We have a V there, okay? If you see your initials or their initials, and we have VP, which could be, you know, HP too. Somebody could work in computers, or is getting a computer with HP here, all right? But we also have VP, so someone could be high up in their position at work, you know, or getting some type of promotion. We have a Q here, or somebody wants that. Okay, we have Pug, P-U-G. Somebody here could have a pug. Pugs with a Z, has multiple pugs, okay? I like it. Also, we have, oh no, do we have HPV? I hope not, pile number 1. And, but I see it here, so I just have to say it. But anyway, Spirit is showing me that. Also, UV to be reminds me of university, okay? We have a K. Maybe somebody here had like an STI scare or something like that. But anyway, so there's the K, all right? And all right, let's see what else here. Spirit, can you give me some initials here for pile number 1 to help them understand this reading? Okay. All right, I really feel we have D, okay, PD, that reminds me of a police department. Somebody could work there. We have D, DAD, okay, so somebody's father could be a VP of something or a police officer. We also have PAD, PAD, pads or pads. Maybe someone needs pads. We also have add up, right? ADD and then up. Add up. So adding things up, right? And seeing, like, it's like I feel like I'm losing my mind. Things are not adding up, okay? So that could be going on here. And we have T. So we have Kath or Catherine or Cat is showing up here. We also have Pat, P-A-T or Patrick, and Cat, and okay, we could have Dax or a name that starts with D. I'm definitely getting that. We also have Tad, T-A-D, like I'm feeling a tad, like a headache, a tad bit of a headache or a tad bit sick with the 5 of Cups, definitely, okay, and I'm also feeling like tattoos, or somebody here could have a lot of tattoos or does tattoos. ADD, someone here could have ADD at times, like especially the 8 of Swords is really like an ADD type of a card, okay? It represents Jupiter and Gemini, and Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, and it's like, God, I have a lot of great thoughts and ideas, but I just don't really know what I want to do here, and making choices can be very tough when people struggle with ADD. And I mean, I don't have it, so I don't know, but I know people that do and have close friends that do, and I know it is hard for them, okay? I feel like the word gate is here. So somebody leaving the gate open or forgetting to close the gate could have happened here recently too. We also have bat, B-A-T, which of course bats are creatures of the night, and the whole you up and things like that, and asking you if you're up, coming around, wanting to talk again with the Ace of Swords, okay? But being pretty withdrawn here with the 5 of Cups. And I'm gonna get one more letter here for you. Pile number, I also feel like the word adapt is here. So maybe like, you know, sometimes we can start to adapt to certain situations that are painful and just start to accept them. And if you are very adaptable, pile number 1, maybe you've had that happen before where you just kind of like adapt to something. But I feel like Spirit is kind of wanting you guys to make some clear choices for your own future here with the Ace of Swords and 10 of Pentacles, okay? And to have like smooth sailing from here on out. And I do think you guys are good at adapting, but also it might be a lot, okay? We also have hat here, H-A-T, okay, hat. And somebody may wear a hat a lot, or a backwards hat, a backward black hat is what I'm seeing here. Also, someone here could have a relative or a grandmother with the name Hattie, or Harriet or Hattie, or someone who went by that name, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm also seeing the pronunciation for the world card in the tarot, for the Hebrew letter that represents the world card, as Tav or T-A-U, or if you spell it out, T-A-V, how it's written, which to me speaks of Saturn, you know, so some tough energies. Some of you may have pulled the world card recently or had the world card in a reading. I also feel like hypnotist or hypnosis is here. I also feel like the word hippo is here too, okay? Hippa or hippo or, yeah, hypnosis, okay? So let's get tag, T-A-G, tag, you know, is here too. Tag. And let's see. Okay, bad dad is also what I'm seeing here too. D-A-D and then B-A-D, bad dad. So some of you could have had, I'm also seeing U-V-A. So you and like, if you're in Virginia, some of you may have lived there or have a connection to there, but I'm getting a bad father, okay? So, you know, like a father who was emotionally withdrawn, or somebody who didn't really pay attention, or somebody who was so kind of caught up in their own world that they couldn't really like provide a good foundation for you, okay? Or could have rejected you in some type of way, pile number one. And I think that's something that you want to look at when it comes to, you know, like your own partnerships with men or women, okay? Especially for my women here watching for men, it might be something that you really want to look at. All right. And I also just heard like tap, T-A-P, like somebody is tapped out. So, you know, the Five of Cups can be where we've kind of tapped out. And I feel like you guys are almost ready to tap out of this reading. Like, this is a lot to think about. I'm going to have to tap out now. And that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to get one more letter and then we'll take it to the extended reading. Okay. And there's a Y. Okay. A Y. And I'm feeling Athens here too, like something like Greece or Athens. Maybe someone here has that in their lineage. Thank you, T-Y. You are the best thing that happened to me. Thank you. But I don't have a lot to give, you know, and that's with the Five of Cups, I'm absorbed in my own, you know, shit, and I need to work myself out. But like, you are the best thing that happened to me, okay? And we have bay here, like by the bay, or somebody who lives by the bay or lives by water, but that could also be like bay, like a nickname for someone here, okay? And we also have Tay, like the first letters of Taylor or Tay. Yeah, so I'm also feeling the word Andy, okay? We're missing the N, but I feel the word Andy here too. Addie or Andy, or Andy could be a girl's name, short for like Andrea, but somebody could have a father here that called them Andy or something like that, even though their name was Andrea or Andrea, okay? But that is what I am getting for you guys, okay? It's like, thank you, bye, okay? And that can feel like kind of rejecting. So pile number one, I just want you to take care of yourselves, okay? Take care of yourselves, take care of your future visions and what it is that you are wanting, and take a deep breath and get some clarity, and then maybe it's time to make some choices, okay? Pile number one, that's the energy that I'm getting for you, my loves. And for those of you that would like to join me on my Vimeo channel, we will be having an extended reading, and we'll probably get 18 plus as well. And there'll be a link to my channel below. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to pile number two. Okay, let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the red and black skeleton. Thank you so much for being here today. This reading is called Karmic, Twin Flame, or Soulmate. And we will be getting initials at the end of your reading, so stick around. And for those of you that would like to join me on the extended reading, there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below, and we'll probably be getting 18 plus as well. So pile number 2, each card got randomly dealt a card here. We're gonna see, is this connection soulmate, karmic, or twin flame? Okay, so without any further ado, drum roll please, pile number 2, we have twin flame, okay? So it says here, yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, and complementing each other. So twin flames, it's, you know, people say it's like the twin of your soul. You know, I don't know that anyone on the earth plane really understands twin flames the way they should be totally understood, but I mean, in our human brains, that's what we're thinking. But you know, it says yin and yang here. So I'm really attracted to the yin and yang. And the yin and yang energy is the energy of opposites that complement one another. So, you know, that's really, you and this person may have, and there's also duality here. Sometimes we can find a lot of balance in opposites, and sometimes it can be like more contentious, okay? Or it could be like, you know, because I'm actually a person that thinks the more solid values that you, and I think this is pretty widely accepted too, the more aligned you are with someone as far as your values in life, the easier, the more successful the connection could be. If we're have two completely different ideas about the world, it might be really passionate and exciting and hot, but maybe not as much longevity, okay? So we are gonna get into this though and find out. I mean, the thing with yin and yang is that hopefully we find zen and flow and balance and the duality, okay? And in the coming together, there certainly is an attraction of you and this person's energy towards one another. And I'm seeing a half moon here. I'm also seeing somebody here could have moon in Taurus or moon in Capricorn or moon in Aries, because I'm seeing the signs with the horns and then the moon, okay? And like sometimes it feels like twin flames come close together and then separate. And so there may be some, you know, space in between here too that I'm also seeing, pile number 2. But we are gonna go ahead and, you know, truth be told, sometimes we need some space in our relationships, okay? But I mean, if you're just getting to know someone, then sometimes it's hard to know, like, especially if you really click with someone, like how much is too much space? How much is, you know, like how often should we be talking? And sometimes when you really, really feel it with someone, you can talk on the phone with them for hours and hours and hours, you know? Like within a good friend or a romantic interest where you two just want to be around each other a lot, okay? So we're going to find out what's going on here, pile number 2, and then we'll hit the extended reading after. There'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below. And first, we're going to get a couple channeled messages and see if we can get some items that can come through for pile number 2. Okay, I just heard something about a lead factory or some type of a factory that has like harmful materials or something or metals in it. Maybe some of you had a family member that worked in a factory that was very hard on their health, or maybe you were watching a documentary about that recently. But I don't even know if there's such a thing as a lead factory, but I'm assuming it's just like a work environment that is, okay, there's a star talking about cleansing natural environments, the opposite of breathing in harsh fumes or breathing in, maybe some of you at work, you have to like breathe in harsh fumes, or you constantly have to protect yourself from that for some reason, okay? Or you could work in kind of a harsh environment, but we see the need to kind of like bathe and cleanse and, you know, and to get fresh again, or to kind of like refresh, okay? And the star card for me too is also a card of health and getting back to basics from a health perspective, okay? And the star too, like, you know, twin flames, a lot of people, you know, you see them here. They're two stars that exist separately, but come together for the purpose of, you know, something greater and something very magical. All right. So there's definitely, some of you may have resonance with the goddess Diana or Artemis. Okay. And because I am seeing that here too. And yeah, I do feel like you guys, some of you could have a deep attraction to nature, or some of you may be witches, or you may really, you know, get a lot out of just, you know, being in the quiet or being outdoors, okay? Or maybe this person does, all right? But let's go ahead and see. Okay, I'm getting the M name. Spirit just said Melissa to me, so maybe some of you have that name. I'm gonna see if I can pull anything else here from this card. Okay, I mean, I feel like this person sees you in, I do feel like they want to touch your skin. I do feel like they see you as somebody who's very, you know, attractive and like a natural beauty. Okay, pile number 2. So yeah, and I feel like with the star card, the star talks about something being really special and being unique. And the star card is also associated with Aquarius. So some people here may have Aquarius in their chart, but let's go ahead and see. Also the star card representing hope. Like, you know, some of you could have came here and said, I hope we're twin flames, or I hope we are twin flames that can actually come together and be together and find that balance with each other. Like some of you may have a lot of hope for this connection, okay? But let's go ahead and see. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 9 of Cups. And we have the Sun. Okay, the stars and the sun in the sky. And okay, here's what I am seeing, okay? So pile number 2, I do think this person is attractive, okay? I think, you know, you're coming across as being very attractive as well, and very fun and exciting and interesting. The only thing that I would say here is that, you know, making sure that this person is like mature and sees this connection the same way that you do, because they could be seeing it with the 6 of Wands as a conquest, or like, I'm just really having a good time, you know, which is great. I mean, that is great. When you meet someone, you want to have a really fun time with them and you want to enjoy, okay? The 6 of Wands, I mean, is very, like, you know, takes a lot of pride in themselves, and it is a card of victory. It's a Leo card, you know, it's Jupiter in Leo, so it's very Leo in the way the stance of the rider in the card, you know, has its chest out and has kind of a proud stance, okay, and wants, you know, you to have a good time or to enjoy yourself too, okay? And you know, but with this, and the Sun and the 9 of Cups are very wonderful cards and very happy cards too. I would just say the only thing here is thinking about, you know, is somebody taking this connection like as serious, is this person taking this connection as seriously as you are, is what I would say. Because I feel like with the Star card, you're taking it pretty seriously, and I feel like you can see some big things for this connection, or you feel a very strong spiritual pull to this person with the Star card. And, you know, the 9 of Cups and the Sun that's wonderful, you know, but the Sun is also about like focusing on self and one's individuality. It's also about getting naked and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? With the 9 of Cups and the Sun, the 9 of Cups is having a good time. The Sun is having a good time. And, you know, but the thing that I really want to sort out and we'll see is this person just looking for a good fun time, or are they looking to like actually lead this connection towards a positive outcome, okay? Because there's the definition of being a benevolent leader or being a good leader, or just leading a connection in a way that is very positive and outgoing and inspiring. There's also the other side of it where where this person or a person in general could be just looking for a good time or looking for a conquest, okay? So we're gonna find out what's going on here. We have strength, we have passion. Ooh, okay, the strength of the passion between you two is hot, okay? I like that. And this person feeling like very strongly led by their passions and by their libido, I feel like here. We have body, mind, and soul exploring every inch of you and studying you. Yeah, so this person, I mean, they really like your body, they like your mind, they like your soul, and they're trying to explore every inch of you. And you can see, you know, somebody here who's fairly naked. You can see someone here who's naked. So, you know, there's some of that going on, pile number 2. And it is exciting and it is fun. And it is, you know, it's just a real fun experience, okay? But we want to see you because the Star card is talking about something, finding something really deep within someone else and within yourself and seeing this bright future, okay? So we're going to find out more. We have here, I know we are meant to be and I'm committed to our love, commitment. Okay. So you want somebody that's passionate and feels very strongly about the connection and is very passionate. And I know we are meant to be and I'm committed to our love, commitment. Okay. And commitment doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be bland. It can be fun and exciting and it can be passionate. And there certainly is those feelings in the beginning of a connection, you know, and that feeling of closeness and that feeling of wanting to explore every inch of someone and that feeling of warmth and that feeling of passion, okay, drawing you both in. You have my heart, okay. Interesting, pile number 2. You know, I'm always a little like, I'm like, is this too easy? And maybe you guys are wondering the same thing. Like, you know, because the thing with the 6 of Wands is sometimes a little bit of arrogance, maybe. Okay. So, and I see the 6 of Wands is facing away from the Star. So that was giving me a little bit of pause. But I mean, the 6 of Wands can also be very like generous and open-hearted and very benevolent and, you know, leading things in a positive direction too. Okay, so we're going to see what we get here. We have sacral chakra, absolutely. Intimacy and touch and taking a risk. Okay, but on this card is also recoil and runner. So we don't want somebody who just who is so passionate and fiery and turned on and loving every inch of you, who does all of this and then runs off, you know, like, so we're going to explore that more because the sacral chakra is where we experience our creativity and our sexuality and our passion and all of that. Okay. And ideally, if we're sharing that with someone, we want to know that, you know, and I feel you guys are romantics, okay? Some people just like to, you know, screw and go and have a good day, you know, and that's fine. I've been through phases of my life too where it's been like that and whatever, you know, whatever works for you. But I feel you guys are looking towards something like inspiring, hope-filled, you know, wanting to see like, you know, feeling a lot of like love and adoration towards someone and kind of wanting that in return. So if you give yourself to someone that way, I feel for you guys, it's a very intimate experience and that, you know, you want someone to know that they have your heart or you have their heart. All right. And it's 111 right now in your guys' reading, 111. We have here Uranus and revolution, which has to do with breakthroughs, innovation, surprises, the unexpected, and kind of like living on the edge, okay? Also, it can be a big push towards freedom, okay? And freedom can feel real good, you know? And also having like, you know, I want to say like sexual revolution here with this exploring every inch of you and Uranus, like, you know, really like getting after it and having some surprises that come up that are just like, whoa, I didn't know you were into that. Oh, I am into that too. Like, this is really cool. Okay. We have Capricorn. Yeah, I mentioned in your guys' beginning here about Moon in Capricorn, or Moon in Taurus, or Moon in Aries. Okay. And here's Capricorn showing up here. And Capricorn energy can be very serious and ambitious, realistic and structured and enduring. And it really does have to do with this. I know we are meant to be, and I'm committed to our love, commitment. You know, not every Capricorn in the world is that way, because some Capricorns may have heavy Uranus in their chart. You know, maybe they have, you know, Sun square Uranus, or Sun opposition Uranus, you know. Just because they're a Capricorn doesn't mean that they're not like, you know, different and exciting and committed all the time. Okay. So, I mean, this person with Uranus here, there could be a surprising side to them that is like really into the unexpected, or into experimentation, or just wants to express themselves with a lot of originality. And you guys may have that about you as well, you know, and you guys maybe are like, I'm not so straight-laced myself either, Natalie. And I'm like, well, okay, good for you, pile number 2. But with Saturn is the planet for Capricorn. So when we have Saturn and Uranus, we have Uranus is the opposite of Saturn. So Saturn is like, we got to follow the rules, and this is where the limitations are. This is for our protection. And we need to establish some, you know, routines here and boundaries, and be super clear on what we're building. And Uranus is like, I'm trying 500 different things, and I'm seeing what works for me. And I'm all about, you know, excitement and freedom and originality and doing the unexpected. Okay. So this could be the energy that I was talking about with the yin and yang. Okay. And some of you may be a bit more calm with the star card at this point in your life, but you know, you're not dead inside, but you do want something reliable and committed, and something that feels very romantic and passionate at the same time. Okay. And you know, this person could be more of a, you know, they could live their life a little bit more on the edge, especially with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands can be someone that, you know, commands a lot of attention, somebody that's in the spotlight, somebody that gets a lot of attention because of their looks, and somebody that likes to party with the 9 of Cups and have a good time and lives life like a little bit more on the edge, or lives life a little bit more for them, because the Sun card is all about individuating and being your own self, you know. So that's where I'm talking about with the yin and the yang. With you and this person, there may be some yin and yang, but if we can respect each other and complement each other, then that's cool. Then there can be some real longevity. Okay. We have here card 29. I am insightful. Yeah, I feel like this is you guys with the star card here. The star card energy is very insightful. This person may not be as insightful as you. They may be more of like adventurous, risk-taking, living on the edge, or, you know, just doing things when they feel like doing them. Okay. Or some of them may even be a little bit of adrenaline junkies, or into sport, or that type of thing, or doing some daredevil things maybe when they were younger. Okay. And I mean, I feel like you guys are in a phase of, you know, healing and really understanding yourself, and really going into the depths of who you are. And maybe some of you even getting into meditation or spirituality. Okay. Or just wanting to live a more chill lifestyle. Okay. But pile number 2, I think you guys are very insightful. Okay. And maybe this person would bring out the youthful, fun spirit within you, you know, and maybe you would help to balance them out and help them to feel like they have a home with you, or they have a soft place to land with you. You know what I'm saying? But We just have to make sure we're on the same page is what I'm saying, okay? We have card 29, I am insightful. You are highly intuitive. Yes, you are, pile number 2, and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures. That's exactly what the star card is the mind thinking in pictures, okay? Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky, okay? With the Aquarius energy here, you seem to draw information and ideas out of the sky or out of the water, okay? And I do think this person finds you to be very insightful and finds you to be quite interesting, okay? You have a powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Yes, and I think you guys do see the oneness of all things. The star card is all about contemplating that in meditation, and that we're all one, and that, you know, we're all in this dance of yin and yang, but we all have yin and yang within one another, okay? Like I think you guys have this kind of knowledge within you, and you feel it and you know it, and I do think it is very attractive to this person, okay? I think they find you very attractive and interesting as well, okay? So that's always a good thing. We have here magical map shifter, okay? And, you know, she looks a little bit puzzled, and is kind of, she has a clock on her chest, and I was talking about Saturn. And so it's like, isn't it time, of course, Saturn represents time. Isn't it time for, you know, this thing to evolve? Isn't it time? It's like, I feel like it's time, okay? Some of you may have moon in Capricorn, like I said earlier, you may have Capricorn in your chart, but it's like, I feel like it's time that, you know, that these certain things happen to me in my life, and I can feel them happening, and I can see them happening, okay? And, you know, Aquarius is also a fixed sign. So it's like, if I want something to be, I will kind of like will it to be that way, okay? Some of you may have moon in Aquarius too, but it's like, it's time, you know? And yeah, so, but some of you may get a little bit confused at this person at times, because maybe you're like, isn't it time to kind of grow up? Or isn't it time to kind of like decide what you want? Isn't it time to kind of like, you know, settle down with each other? Isn't it time to like, you know, isn't it time for us to kind of have a talk? Is it time for us to have the talk? You know what I mean? Like, what are we? What are we? You know, this type of thing. So I see you guys being, you know, like very reflective, very spiritual, very insightful, even serious at times. And I do feel like this person has your heart. I feel like you have their heart too. They can feel the strength and the passion of this connection as well. And it probably came as a big surprise to them as well with this Uranus card, like not expecting to feel this way, okay? But I also want this person to, like, you know, I mean, what do you both want, right? Like, do they want to settle down and have a, you know, have like an enduring connection, or are they off to the races, you know, this type of thing? So she looks a little confused on this picture. Like, you know, do we kind of want the same thing? Are we, you know, is it time? Maybe you're just wondering, like, is it time to kind of have a conversation here, or to talk about what we want, or to talk about like what's going on? Okay, that type of thing. We have the Hangman here. Okay, and this could also be this person not really wanting to just also, okay, the Hangman represents water in the tarot. It represents the element of water, and in modern day associations, it represents Neptune. So it has to do, you know, with kind of falling into situations and going with the flow. That can definitely be a part of the Hangman. Just kind of like flowing with the experience rather than needing to define it by any particular parameters, okay? And this person could kind of be in that phase of exploring their feelings and, you know, just kind of like thinking about things or just flowing with the situation, and maybe not in a huge rush to kind of like, you know, just maybe more go with the flow and see how it all pans out, you know, type of a thing. And not really in a rush to make any, like, you know. But then we have here, I know we are meant to be, and I'm committed to our love, commitment in the sun. So, I mean, I do think this person, you know, wants to, I mean, I don't think they want you to be with anybody else. I'll tell you that much, pile number 2, because I see their hand over yours and kind of like a protective type of a way, okay? I mean, I think it's like with the sun. It's like one day, you know, one day I know we are meant to be committed to our love, okay? And it's like one day, you know, this type of thing, one day it's gonna work out, it's all gonna work out, okay? And you guys may be wondering like, well, how, you know, or in what ways? Because Capricorn energy is like very realistic and it is committed. So it's like, okay, like, cool, like that's, you know, this person may have said really nice things to you too as well with the 9 of Cups and the Sun. And you know, but I also think you guys are contemplating as well too, because the Hangman is also very insightful. And the reason that we kind of like cease activity and sort of go back up into oneness, into that experience of flow and water, is so that we can connect and get more insights about a situation, okay? So, I mean, you know, with this Hangman, I'm feeling like the water is like moving peacefully across, you know, the waves and all of that. I'm not getting like waves that are crashing and a craziness and all of that. It feels more like a go with the flow type of thing. And one day, you know, it's gonna happen, all right? But maybe some of you here, and this is a general reading, so she looks a little bit like, you know, what do you mean someday? And I thought we kind of talked about that. And, you know, well, so when is the right time to sort of talk things out, okay? And maybe some of you have had super intense connections before, or maybe this is a new thing for you because we have this sacral chakra, intimacy and touch, and you just don't want, you know, this situation to get away from you, or for this person to be like recoiling from you or being a runner. So maybe some of you are like giving them a little bit of space or letting things develop or not trying to push things super hard, okay? Yeah, but you know, with Uranus here, somebody needs like their space and freedom. Okay, and maybe you guys need space and freedom sometimes too, you know, it's not always the other person. But I think with the Hangman, things are not really defined, because when we think of Neptune, we think of like the ocean, and we don't really think of anything that's like super defined yet. Okay, and you know, like things can kind of go on like that for a while, but like, you know, and we're having a good time and things are fun, but it's like, okay, what is the future really gonna be? And right now it feels a little bit undefined. It feels like we're having fun in the moment and we're excited and enjoying each other in the moment. And there's a strength of passion between you and this person, but kind of where things are headed may be a little bit undefined at this point, pile number 2, okay? And if you're in a brand new connection, then I feel like that's totally normal, you know, if things are just kind of like, I mean, even in a brand new connection though, like even within like the first 5 dates, you should kind of be able to talk about like what you see for the future and kind of get an idea of where someone's at, right? Like with their thinking and what their thinking is. And the Hangman in the tarot represents a reversal in someone's thinking, you know? So Uranus too talks about a reversal or a new insight or a breakthrough, okay? And you guys are coming through as being insightful. So maybe some of you are having, you know, new thoughts about this connection or about this person. And maybe sometimes you're a little serious, or maybe you get a little doubtful at times even. But pile number 2, you know, but if you've been with this person for quite some time and it's just been like amazing and passionate and all of that, but it's been pretty undefined, but at the same time, there's this unspoken thing that maybe you will be together in the future, but you're kind of like wondering, like, okay. And some of you may feel like the map is always shifting with this person. Like, you know, one time they want to, like, it seems like they're happy and they want to be together. And other times it seems like they're holding back with the hangman, okay? So, I mean, what I see here is a need to maybe kind of like lay out the map a little bit, especially for those of you that have been in more longer connections, you know, like if you've been on and off with this person for a couple of months and in an actual thing with them, and it's like, okay, you know, like where are we just kind of having fun, or like where are we headed type of thing, okay? And maybe some of you are asking yourself, should we talk about this, okay? Or, you know, or maybe you are already had, all right? But with Uranus here, expect the unexpected. Things can change on a dime, and someone's thoughts could like reverse, okay? And the map could shift with this magical map shifter, all right? And the way we see things can definitely change, so it's just important to communicate. Now, let's go ahead for my pile number 2s. I mean, as far as the passion and the strength of the connection between you two, I do think it's there. I see it, pile number 2. But the undefined aspect of it may be feeling a little uncomfortable, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Can I get some initials for here for pile number 2? And maybe you guys, the map has been shifting a lot for you too, you know, pile number 2. But let's go ahead and see. We have the R names. We have the W, RW, okay? We have N, okay? N. Okay, if we had a U there, it would be run, right? So we don't want runners and recoiling and all of that, like people who are recoiling from intimacy, okay? We have PNW, the Pacific Northwest, and the letter R. So we could have somebody who's from the Pacific Northwest that has R, first name, last name, or middle name, okay? And we have a Q here, LGBTQ connections. Maybe this reading has you guys thinking a little bit. But I mean, the good news is I do see a strong, you know, and someone saying you have my heart, sacral chakra. There's some good stuff here, pile number 2. Let's see what else. But I mean, maybe you guys are thinking, well, things could always change. You know, one day it's this, maybe the next day it's something else. But let's go ahead and see. We have an L, okay. And we have an E, okay? Leper, we, okay? Leper, and Nell or Nelly, and well, W-E-L-L, well. Yeah, it feels like the star card is looking into a well, okay? There's also something about keeping it real, I feel here too, or a need to kind of like keep it real. We have lewd. Oh, we're missing the D, but we would have lewd, okay? Like something being very lewd, which is funny. Anyway, we have H, her. Also, we're missing the A, but Leah. We also have her here with, oh, and H. Those are my initials, but anyway, you guys didn't need to know that. But we have he and her, okay? And interesting. Per. Yeah. Like per my email is kind of what I'm feeling. Ew. EWWW. Maybe you guys don't even like twin flames and you're like, ew, Natalie. And I'm like, well, sorry, that's what you got. We have hell, H-E-L-L. We could also have hello, right? There's a big difference between hell and hello. You know, real. Yes, there it is. Real. Like wanting to keep it real. Like, what's the deal? I want to keep it real. Okay. We have earn, E-A-R-N. So earning someone's, you know, affection or you know, wanting someone to really show like what would happen or this type of thing if you two were together. We also have PA, which could be Pennsylvania, okay? And we're just missing the Y, but we have happy, and the 9 of Cups is happy. So real happiness, having real happiness, not just, you know, imagined happiness, okay? We have heal, H-E-A-L, heal, okay? There is Leah here for sure too. And there's also heal, okay? We have Earl too. Maybe some of you knew someone with that name, but heal, and the star card is definitely healing, wanting something real, okay? And yeah, so hail, H-A-L-E, hail. Also pale, pale. Somebody could be quite pale with the star card. Well, if you're from the Pacific Northwest, then you are very pale. I used to live there, I should know. But anyway, Rhea or Rena, okay, somebody's last name like Serena or ends in R-E-N-A, okay, could be here. Rena, Serena, that type of name. We also have Neil, the name Neil here. Okay, interesting. We kneel. Leap. Leap is here too, right? Like sometimes we just have to take the leap. Even though we're unsure, sometimes we just have to try it and see and go for it. And maybe some of you are thinking, you know what, I've got to just take the leap, okay? We have nap, N-A-P. Maybe someone here needs a nap, all right? Maybe someone's a little crabby with this magical map shifter, looks a little crabby, like don't waste my time, or, you know, don't change things on me because, you know, yes, I am a magical map shifter, but like, don't be a jerk, that type of thing, okay? We heal. Yes, we heal by changing the way we look at things and the way we see things. And I think that's becoming abundantly clear to you guys, okay? And we have a G here, okay? Jean as a name, okay? And Hag is also here too. That's funny. Anyway, and okay, NGL, not gonna lie, keeping it real is something that I feel is happening here or needs to happen. Yes, we have happen, H-A-P-P-E-N, happen. Like real things happening, taking the leap, okay? We could also have the name Lee here, L-E-E, Wee Lee, and Wheelie, and then a J, okay? Jag, and Jag. Japan is also here too. J-A-P-A-N. So somebody here could be Japanese or from Japan, or maybe someone's always wanted to live there. Okay, and Nay, like Renee is here too. R-E-N, however, R-E-A-N-E, Renee is definitely here. Both spellings, with the A or with 2 E's. Okay, and Nell or Nelly, like I said before. Rhea is here. Ape, A-P-E, A-P-E, okay? Apes. And let's see, a heap is here. A heap of something, okay? And let's see what else here. WAP, W-A-P. Somebody's got that WAP with the sacral chakra over here. I love it, okay? We have a Z, Zap, Z-A-P, Zap. Yeah, Uranus is all about that energy that zaps you. Breakthroughs, originality, insight, like it just zaps you, okay? And yeah, someone here has pizzazz. There's the M. And I was talking about the M earlier, I believe, in the channeled messages when I said Melissa, but there's map, M-A-P, right? Magical map shifter, okay? But it's like, don't change things on me too much over here, okay? And amp, Someone's amped up, okay? And Pam is here. Ham is also here too, okay? Name, N-A-M-E, name, okay? There's a lot in a name, isn't there? Pile, we have mean girls, G-R-L-S, mean girls, okay? Maybe some of you had a lot of mean girls around you growing up. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna get 2 more letters and then we'll be done. We have a T, Tam or Tammy or Tamra is here too. Maybe some of you have a parent with that name or you know someone with. We have Matt, M-A-T-T, Matt is here. We also have Eat and Neat and Pete. I mean, all of them are here. And meh, we have M-E-H, okay? I think you guys are just hoping no one is like meh about you. I don't think so. You guys are coming up as a star card, okay? Tan, T-A-N, the number 10, okay? Some of you are real 10s in who you are and what you do. We have F, T-F, twin flame, okay? So I'm gonna end on that. And I think that is also a big confirmation there too. We have TF and twin flame. We have Len and Leah and what, W-H-A-T, what? Maybe some of you are like, what? I don't even like twin flames, Natalie. Wham, W-A-M, okay? Well, you know, we also have P or P's here. I mean, the twin flame thing, for those of you that are having a hard time with that, just as far as we have few, F-E-W, you know, sometimes it's that those people few and far between that we have this natural expression of energy and passion with that just really takes us by surprise, and we feel that electricity, okay, of Uranus. And it happens. You know, we have Jeff here too. That happens sometimes in life, okay? We just have that moment that's like magical. It happens, you know, the word happen is here too. But the longevity is really what we want to look at, especially if something is just kind of undefined at this point. And maybe it needs to be undefined at this point, but in the future it shouldn't be, okay? We have Jazz, J-A-Z-Z, Jazz or Jazzy. So pile number 2, I hope this reading was jazzy. You know me, I'm a realist. I always look at everything. I'm not trying to fake the funk in any type of a way. Pile number 2. So we are going to go ahead and take it to your extended reading next, and I would love to see you guys there. We are probably going to get 18 plus there. And you can find a link to my Vimeo channel below. Oh, there's leg, L-E-G, leg. So this person may really like your legs, and you can see that there with the star card, pile number 2. Okay, the hangman also has some nice legs as well. So anyway, pile number 2, we are gonna go ahead and take it to your extended reading, and I hope that that was useful for you. I would love to hear your thoughts and feelings in the comments. Take care, pile number 2. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the pumpkin skeleton, and today's reading is called Karmic, Twin Flame, or Soulmates, okay? And we're looking at this connection for you. And of course, as I mentioned in the intro, you know, the classification at the end of the day isn't that big of a deal as long as, you know, the person, I mean, we want the person to treat us with respect. I mean, karmic relationships, there are relationships that are hurtful, and then there are relationships that teach us lessons, but aren't, you know, dragging us to the pits of hell. So, you know, we can we can look at it in multiple ways, pile number 3, and we will go ahead and do that. At the end of your reading, we will get initials, okay, to verify your reading, so stick around. And for those of you that would like to continue on to the extended reading, there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below. So every single pile got a random card dealt, you know, where it says Karmic, Soulmate, or twin flame. So we're going to look at what you have, pile number 3. Drum roll, please. Pile number 3. You guys have soulmates. Oh, pile number 3. Cool. It's not always easy being a soulmate with someone. There's a lot of real work to be done in soulmate connections, but you know, feeling like we complement each other and feeling like there's a real soul connection between two people is like a really cool thing to share with someone. We have partnership, agreement, and soul contract. So soulmate is also kind of where the other person agrees, yes, we do have a soul contract, even if the other person doesn't know what that means. On some level, they're recognizing we have something we need to be doing together here, you know, and yeah, 2 hearts that beat as one. We see here with the 2 hearts together. And out of all the 3, karmic, twin flame, or soulmate, me personally, pile number 3, I would rather have a soulmate, because to me that's more like just even keel. But let's go ahead and get into it, pile number 3. And we're gonna see what is happening in this connection and why you two are soulmates, okay? Or why there is that soulmate connection. So let's get a few channeled messages first. Okay, Spirit's showing me the color yellow, and somebody could be having that color, or I'm seeing a yellow highlighter too. Somebody that got highlighter on their shirt or on their hands, okay? Let's see what else for pile number 3. Okay, I'm getting like teachers in this pile. So pile number 3, if you do any type of teaching or coaching, or just teaching at any level or training, I am getting an energy in this pile. Also, we have like back to school coming up here soon. It's August 1st here. This reading is timeless, but if you hear it, but anyway, I'm getting that energy for pile number 3 of like back to school or teachers or somebody who is a teacher, okay? And I just heard like I need some notebooks. Actually, I'm hearing somebody outside my door right now, pile number 3. So if my dog barks, just warning you, okay? But anyway, they're not gonna knock, I don't think. They're just out there. But there's also something about organization. So I see a lot of things coming up for you guys, pile number 3. And so there's maybe a need to kind of like get organized if you're coming back from a vacation, or if you're just coming back to work, or if, you know, there's a lot going on. There's definitely a need to get organized. Mercury is going into Virgo, which Mercury loves to be in Virgo. Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So, you know, hopefully that'll help you guys like focus and get some things organized or done. Let's see what else. For some of you, you may have a really busy fall coming up and you're like understanding that or bracing yourself for that. Let's see what else. Okay. I'm also seeing a fence that, you know, is like a steel fence, which is weird because normally isn't it just like metal or wire or something, but I am seeing like a fence that's very well enforced, okay? Somebody could have a relative that worked at a jail or a prison, or maybe somebody experienced that once in their life at one point, or maybe you're just needing to solidify your own fence, or Spirit's referencing boundaries for you, pile number 3, okay? But something about like a solid enclosure or a fence. Let's see what else here for pile number 3. Okay, I just heard that someone was actively put on probation, okay? So maybe you know someone, or you have a relative, a brother, a sister, whoever, like, or a friend, like somebody, I don't know what that means to be put on like active probation. Does that mean you get to like work or go some places, or I don't know. You tell me, pile number 3, you can let me know in the comments. Okay, and Spirit just said Michael Jackson to me, so maybe you heard a Michael Jackson song recently or saw an article or something, or it could just be a reference to the name Michael or Jackson, M or J, okay? We'll get initials at the end. There's the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So I'm assuming that's who you guys are asking about, is this King of Wands. Or maybe you fancy yourself to be this leader and this teacher. You know, the King of Wands represents Sagittarius in the tarot, and Sagittarius is all about, you know, that philosophical, that philosophy and that teacher, like somebody who teaches philosophy or teaches people wisdom. We have the Hermit here, which is Virgo, so we could have Sagittarius and Virgo. Okay, there's another Virgo sign with the King of Pentacles there, who represents Virgo in the tarot. All right, so we have two Virgos checking each other out, maybe a Sagittarius here too, but the King of Wands. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm actually just going to take, because this person could actually be your soulmate, pile number 3, this King of Wands right here. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see what is going on here. The Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Okay. All right. You know, and soulmate connections are all about patiently and meticulously doing the work. Okay. And I do feel like this person could be like a little bit slow starting off, or this connection could have started off a little bit more like maybe you two both kind of holding back or kind of like checking each other out to see what the other person is about. But I mean, I do feel like it's exciting here. Okay. And we have one person who's a bit more like, you know, like steady or like security, or like a 9-to-5 job or something that's more predictable. And then we have somebody else who could be an entrepreneur or have their own business, or somebody who is more like spontaneous. Okay, so we could have an earth sign and a fire sign here. I already mentioned Sagittarius and Virgo, but I mean, I feel like the energy is just warming up here with the Ace of Wands, you know, and maybe there's a real sense here of kind of like figuring each other out at first, or wondering what's going on with the other person. But I do feel like you two are checking each other out, and there is like an attraction here with this Ace of Wands. Okay. And actually, I just feel like with, you know, more effort and attention, this connection could grow. Okay. Or it has the possibility to grow. But let's go ahead and see what else we have here. We have death. We have disruption. Okay, so, you know, also somebody here, this Knight of Pentacles, the earth person or the earth sign person or whoever likes more of the stability may get kind of upset or have a hard time with disruptions or having to start over. Okay, and wants things to be like more secure. Okay, so there may be some encouragement. I do feel like soulmates have a way of encouraging each other when the other person is down, when the other person feels like something's impossible or they feel like giving up. I feel like the soulmate has the power to basically, you know, help the other person stay positive and focused. Okay, so let's see what else here. Yes. Your light is guiding me home, beautiful, radiant. Oh, okay. That's nice, pile number 3. Your light is guiding me home, beautiful, radiant. And I feel like this 3 of Wands is saying that to the Knight of Pentacles. And some of you could be a little bit of afraid because you've had long-term connections with people before and put a lot into them, and you've seen them crumble. You've seen them disrupted maybe by third parties. You've seen just how, you know, like not focusing on a person or being dedicated could be like a nail in a coffin for a relationship. Okay. And I feel some of you may be a little bit nervous here not because of this person, because I feel like they're okay. They may be a little bit more energized at times, okay? But they may also be more kind of like fly by the seat of their pants, okay? It just may make you guys a little bit nervous at times because it's like, whoa, you know, like, whoa there, all right? But especially if you've had connections in the past where you put everything in only to see them fail, or only to see somebody like hurt you or use you, pile number 3, okay? But this person is saying to you, your light is guiding me home, beautiful, radiant. We have here, we have stripping down of feminine beliefs, okay? So whether, you know, the feminine is always the one, like, okay, for those of you, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine or not, but there's this, whoever's holding the feminine energy is the one who's waiting, is the one who's having to be patient, is the one who is like keeping the home fires warm, you know? So I feel like some of you here are learning to see yourself like as more passionate and sexual and more like leading something rather than just maybe hanging back and waiting for things to happen, okay? And I do feel like you guys are putting yourselves out there, or there's a want or a need to put yourself out there. And for maybe some of you, that may feel like weird because, you know, we're always taught that, you know, the one embodying the masculine energy should take the lead or should make things happen or that type of thing. But I don't know. I feel like you guys are kind of doing things a little bit differently in this connection. And we'll see what else comes up here, okay? You are my angel, okay? This person is saying, you are my angel. Well, that's really sweet. And they're saying, your light is guiding me home, beautiful. With this stripping down of feminine beliefs, I just feel like you guys want to do things differently in this connection, because in the past, maybe some of the things that you were doing were like actually wearing you out or wearing you down. So I see you guys trying to approach things in a new way and maybe even taking the lead. We have here root chakra. We have protection, patterns, and habits that can sometimes make us feel stuck. And that's coming out under this Knight of Pentacles, okay? And this person as well may struggle with like believing in themselves, or have made even put effort into situations themselves only to see things get stuck or to see things end, okay, which can be very disheartening and make us want to, you know, isolate or take a break from relationships, you know. So this is where soulmates actually can come in and help one another and help each other to grow as individuals. You know what I'm saying, pile number 3, especially if you two have kind of been through some of the same experiences, okay? And I mean, for you guys too, I feel like you guys have taken the time for self-growth to reflect on the things in the past and what kind of like threw you off course, or maybe kept you like solitary for a while, which is fine. It's okay to be solitary for a while. And I feel like you guys have seriously thought about like your energy, what you're bringing to the table, and you know, really worked on your own patterns, okay? Because the root chakra is where we can feel very stable and secure and attached and safe, you know, and but also the root chakra can be where we get really stuck and fear. So, you know, like, I think it's important for you guys to feel safe with someone, but I also think it's important for you guys to feel safe, that you're not stretching yourselves too far or too thin, but it's also important for you guys to try something different and put yourselves out there and engage with life, okay? With the Ace of Wands and 3 of Wands, okay? And I feel like you guys coming to this reading because you're like, well, I just don't want to be in this situation where, you know, 5 years down the road, I'm having to reflect on something I put so much energy in that didn't really go the way I wanted, okay? So I see you, pile number 3. We have Venus here, the goddess of love and beauty. So my pile number 3s, you have Venus working in your life right now with the root chakra to create a sense of stability, home, and security. And, you know, Venus is also can make the home really beautiful and really nice, okay? And I feel like some of you could have had like your home life disrupted, or growing up you just wanted to have like something solid and not always have to struggle. And I feel like you know, thank God Venus is coming into your life, pile number 3, because everything becomes sweeter. And I also feel like this person is saying, thank God you came into my life too, because I was really looking, 3 of Wands, I was really looking for someone like you, okay? And the 3 of Wands and the Ace of Wands is about having a fire under, you know, a fire in your belly and really a fire under you and wanting to really pursue something, okay? So I do feel like this person wants to pursue you or wants to create a bond with you here, okay? And also I feel like this person would like to pay you a compliment as well. Some of you may have a hard time accepting compliments. I feel like this person would like to, you know, like they're calling you beautiful here and saying that you're radiant. And, you know, I'm getting here that some people may enjoy swimming or being in the water, or some of you may have like Scorpio rising or something, water sign rising, okay? But this element, or Cancer rising, but this element of Venus and, you know, diplomacy, adoration, attraction. And I feel like this person is saying you have taste and you have style and you have grace, okay? And we have Mars energy here. The 3 of Wands is Sun and Aries, and Mars, of course, rules Aries. So, I mean, it's like Mars and Venus, right? There is romance and sensuality and pleasure. Oh, you know what? Somebody's knocking at my door, pile number 3. So give me just a second. Sorry about that. I am coming right back. So anyway, as we said with Venus, and then we have challenge, like I said. So this is coming out on the stripping down of feminine beliefs. And this is where you guys, given what has happened to you in your past and where you've been, have really been challenged maybe to open yourself up to something new, okay? And it's not easy, but also soulmates can challenge each other to grow. So pile number 3, I feel like that is applicable to you too. Sorry for the interruption there. And this says, I am intuitive, okay? So you have a keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. Yeah, that's why I pulled, you know, and the King of Wands could also represent you guys too, in the sense that you are a leader and that you are very strong and intuitive, and that you are a great guide and supporter to other people, okay? And this person is saying, you are my angel, and I do think you help guide and support this person, and hopefully they do for you too, because that's what soulmates are about. We have encouragement here, and you can see you two really encouraging each other and helping each other. And that's what's important, okay? And that's much easier than a karmic relationship, which we saw in one of the other piles, where 2 people start working against each other and it starts to feel pretty bad, okay? Or a twin flame connection where things can be rather flimsy and undefined at times, okay? Like, you know, if we want to have something real, then there has to be like mutual encouragement, okay? And we have the 10 of Wands here. So this shows me just how much work and effort you guys have put into your lives, and just how tough it's been at times to, you know, to really push forward, okay? But with the Ace of Wands and 3 of Wands here, I feel like the load is lightening. And I do feel like, you know, your soulmate could use some help too. They're saying, you're my angel here, and they appreciate the encouragement as well. Times could have been very heavy for them too. And, you know, if you can split up the wands and each carry a little bit, then things can be better than doing it all yourself, okay? The 10 of Wands can also talk about feeling very exhausted and tired. So some of you may be feeling, I don't know if I really want to put myself out there, like I've done it before and it's just been very exhausting and it's been very agitating and I feel like I'm in it alone. And some of you may have felt in your partnerships before that you were in it alone. Okay, but and you really saw like a lot of challenges here to actually moving something forward. All right, but with the Ace of Wands and Three of Wands, I feel like things are improving for you guys. Okay, look out for that encouragement, because I think that's what really, you know, what love is about at the end of the day. Okay, so pile number 3, let's go ahead and get some initials for you, and then we'll close your reading and take it to the extended reading. So let's go ahead and get initials. Sorry for the interruption, guys. And let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see for pile number 3. Okay, so we have D. D is the first initial. We have V. DV, okay, that could be like Dave, but DV. We have U, a U, okay, U. Divine, DVU. You are divine, pile number 3. Indeed you are, because you have the Goddess of Love and Beauty showing up in your reading. You have Z here, okay, UZ, UZ. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. For initials, please, for pile number 3, we have an O. I haven't had an O lately. We have doozy. You know, with the Y, we'd have doozy. So some of your past connections have been a real doozy and have been tough. And I can see that. You guys have been challenged, but I feel like you've really put in the work too. We have K. Okie dokie, someone here may say that, either you or this person. Also, I'm missing the R, but then we could have dork, you know. When you and a person can act silly together or act goofy together or have fun together, that's also a great sign. We have a K, okay, or we have a T here, so we have dot, D-O-T, dot, and dot or dotty. Maybe some of you had a relative with that name. And we're missing the L, but I feel like we could have doll here too, which someone could call you doll or something like that. Okay, pile number 3. But let's go ahead. I'm also seeing like moon in Sagittarius or moon in Aries here, pile number 3. Someone may have that as well. Also, today, I feel like the word today is here. So like with the Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands, it's very automatic energy that's saying like something is happening today. Okay, but let's go ahead and see what else we have. We have an N, okay? NK, new kids on the, we're just missing the B, new kids on the block. Maybe some of you here like new kids on the block and you're dorks that way and you like it, okay? But that's cool. We have a TN, which could be for Tennessee, okay? We have don't. Right? The word don't is here, and not and no. So again, like just some serious reservations that you guys have had about not repeating the past, okay? And I just feel like Spirit's saying, no, it's not gonna happen, and don't fall into the same patterns of like thinking that way, okay? And we have here, we'd have done. If we had an E, it would say done. So I feel like the past is done. There's dog, D-O-G. My dog was barking a minute ago, so say hi. Say got dog. So someone here could have gotten a dog as well. And yeah. Also the name Todd is here, T-O-D-D. Maybe you know someone with that name. Pile number 3, okay? And if we had an A, we'd have toad, and we could say that your ex was a toad, and a pig, there's P-I-G. So, but we'll leave that in the past where it belongs. We have pod, P-O-D, okay? And we also have P-O-T for some marijuana. So pile number 3, maybe you're into that. We have hop, H-O-P, hop, and hot, H-O-T, hot. Well, hot dog is here too. Hot dog. Maybe some of you actually had a hot dog or you like a hot dog. And Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if we can, let's get a couple more letters and then we'll close your reading and go to the extended reading. Let's see here. Okay. We have an M. Mod or modification, okay? And we have Tom here too. The name Tom is coming through. Home, I feel like, is here too. And this says, you know, your light is guiding me home, beautiful. So that sense of home is coming through again as well. And we have an E here. So there's name. And oh, we're just missing the A. But anyway, also Dodge. Someone could drive a Dodge vehicle. I'm seeing that here too. The dog, the Dodge, something like that. And yeah, let's see what else. And I feel like we could have Emmett or Emily here as a name. Hunt or Hunter could be here too if you know someone with that name. And Get Out is also here too. So I feel like some of you had to like kick someone out, or you dodged a bullet is also what I'm seeing here for you guys in pile number 3, or you had to tell someone to like get out of your life, okay? Because the 10 of Wands, they're just making it harder for you. And let's see what else. We have a C. We have Coke, C-O-K-E. We have P-O-T and C-O-K-E. So somebody, you guys may have had an ex that was very destructive that way, as far as overdoing things. And let's see. Anything else? Oh, I do see. Anyway, I see another word here, but I'm not going to say it because we could get in trouble for that word. But anyway, I also feel like I'm seeing the word niece here. So some of you may have a niece that is very important to you. And Cody, I feel like, is here too. Also Court or Courtney, I'm seeing here. And Casey or Case could be here too. Okay, we also have God, G-O-D. And we literally have God complex. I think we're just missing the L and the X. But anyway, that X of yours definitely could have had a God complex. Pile number 3. But that is what I am getting for you, pile number 3. I'd love to see you on the extended reading if you feel like joining me there. Thank you so much and take care.